First time.
Good evening, our club president, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests of any. Welcome to CAT Club Experiential Learning Meeting number 6. My name is Asma Al-Anizi, and I am the Sergeant at Arms for the meeting. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules which we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about immoral matters, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute if you are not speaking. Please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our Toastmasters Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I hand over the stage to our lovely President, DTM Wafa Salman.
Thank you so much, our Sergeant at Arms, Asma, for the lovely kickoff of the meeting. And good evening, fellow CAT members and honored guests. It's another day of education, and this is what we've been doing. As you know, Kuwait Advanced meets once in a month, but we have this bonus meeting of every month of giving an evaluation. And it's an opportunity for both, for the trainer to practice training and education, and it's an opportunity for us to learn, and a bonus opportunity for the people who did not attend to follow us on YouTube and see all our recording, and they can watch them as much as they want. So it's not 360, it's 360 win-win results for this kind of education session. We have 2 education sessions. Timer, can you tell us the timing rules for the education session?
Yes, good evening, everyone. The internet. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're stuck in the video.
You're audible but not visible. Oh no, she's gone offline.
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
now audible and visible. Yeah.
Oh my God, my internet. Okay.
Your internet is not stable.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I am audible now. Am I?
Go on, yes.
Am I now audible?
Yes.
Hi,
Go
how
on.
are you? The timer is for what? It's 45 minutes, right, Wafa? Just correct me.
Yes.
Right? 45 minutes. So, dear presenters, both of you, you will have 40 minutes. I will show you the green card, and then at 42 and a half, I will show you the yellow card, and at 45 minutes, the red card. Thank you, and back to you, DTM Wafa. Why angry, Wafa?
Thank you so much. We have a few guests. Najib is a LOL guest, and we are seeing him. How did you know about our meeting today, Najib?
Thank you, Wafa. I always get to know about your esteemed club meeting from our great distinguished Toastmaster, Arish Jafar. She never fails to send me. So, and you know, the time now is nearly 12 midnight in my country, Malaysia. Yeah. So, but still, because I love to attend your meetings, they are so lively and so enjoyable, exciting. Back to you, Wafa.
Thank you, Najib. And good to have you with us. We have one other guest, and during the education session, we will take your comment at the end of the meeting. Let's start with the education. And our first presenter is Srinivas Shalapati, and he will be the workshop will be about goal settings and planning. Let's see how, because in this period of the year, which is the last, yes, Alka?
Good evening.
Yes, Alka, our VP Education. Good evening.
Our Toastmaster of the day is waiting.
Oh, yeah.
I was waiting
And
for
I'm
her.
looking at
That's why I was wondering why suddenly give me the time, and I was like, okay.
No. I was waiting because it's
He
exactly
did not say anything. He did not say
6:38.
anything.
It is my time.
I was so
6:38.
much enthusiastic. I was so much enthusiastic. And we have a Toastmaster of the day who will be leading the meeting from the beginning till the end. And he is a great friend for all of us. He is a humorous speaker, and he is very energetic and enthusiastic, and he's joining us from his office. So let's hear our Toastmaster of the day, how he will lead this meeting, Sadiq Ali. Help me welcome Sadiq Ali.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Very special good evening to Najib because I am seeing him first time. I have many friends in Malaysia. It's my favorite place again. Genting. Yeah, it is after a long time. We are still continuing with the virtual meeting. We hope very soon we will be meeting face to face. But when we are having face to face, we will be missing you guys. People from USA, Canada, India, everywhere, they are part of the Zoom meeting, which we will be missing. But this is a great opportunity. I am seeing most of the members from across the world. They are being part of the meeting during the pandemic period. However, it's a honor being a Toastmaster for years and meeting across the world different kind of Toastmasters, but we all have same title as a Toastmaster. That is the best thing. You go to Africa, you go to Asia, you go to US, everywhere we are Toastmaster. So we have no colors, no religion. We are just Toastmasters. So I am very happy to be part of this program, which first of all, I thank President Wafa, VP Education Alka, and all our team members and the guests. I will be just taking the role to go through this few very important education session. When I was looking at the sustainable development, or learning for sustainable development, it is very important for all of us to focus on sustainability, which the whole world is very badly needed. We have been going through so many crises, start from 10 years back, financial crisis, then the calamities, now last almost 1.5, 2 years, the pandemic, which most of us, we lost our friends, we lost our family members, many of them lost their jobs, they lost their business. When we are facing each other, we should be thankful to Almighty, we should be happy to seeing each other, we are safe and we are alive. So we pray for the sustainable earth, sustainable life for each and every human being. We have been seeing people suffering in each and every corner. So I really believe in the sustainability or goal setting, planning for the people. People is the world. If the people has everything, people can represent the community. People can do things for the community, and the world will be having peace of mind. Also, the sustainability in developing the human being. Sustainability not only for the human being, for the social, economic, and also environment. If you don't have a sustainable plan for the environment or even social things, you cannot grow. You cannot be seeing continuous process. So it is very, very important for us. We all finding the way to adapt or change ourselves. This is also kind of change. Even we had a pandemic, we started having online classes. We never stopped, which means sustainability. We find another way. Now we can see the online is progressing. The Zoom, Team, you can call the online providers. They become very popular during this pandemic. So one disaster bring to some good things for the people, for the world. So I would like to just brief about the why I choose this learning for sustainable development. If you don't learn, if you don't change, if you don't educate yourself, ourselves, we will not see the sustainability in the world. So that is very, very important for us. So I'll be introducing my supporting role players today's meeting. We have a timer, Ari Jafar. Please explain your role.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Click number 2, or take number 2. Timer, the time today for each session presenter is 5 to 45 minutes. When it comes to 40, I'm going to show you the green background. Just 1 second. I'm gonna show you the green background. When it's 42.5 seconds, I will show you the yellow background. Once it's 45, you will see the red background, and hopefully you will not take 30 seconds grace period, or you will not see the red even. Back to you, Toastmaster Sadek.
Thank you very much. I can see we have more guests. Jenny Thompson, Felix. Papa, you want them to brief them later, or you want me to take the call? Just to say about.
You have 5 minutes. It's up to you. You are the Toastmaster. You are the chair. You have 5 minutes until the agenda 6:50, as per the agenda.
Yeah.
So it's up to you if you can take anybody in these 5 minutes.
Thank you. Toastmaster Felix, I would like to hear from you. Please welcome to Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters.
Hello, good day to all of you. My name is Felix. I'm from Malaysia, and I was invited by our Toastmaster Arish to here to visit. Hi, say hi to all of you. Back to you. Yes, one thing. I'm also the Toastmaster member in Malaysia.
Okay. I'm happy to see two gentlemen from Malaysia at the late night. That's very good. So Arish has a big network, international network. I can see one more Toastmaster guest, TM Subhadra. TM Subhadra.
Good evening, everybody. My
Hi,
name is
good evening.
Shubhadra. I am from District 98. I'm here in this particular meeting thanks to Arish.
Wow. Wow. Welcome to Kuwait Advanced Toastmaster. We are the only advanced Toastmasters in Kuwait. Welcome, welcome.
Give a big round of applause to Arish.
Okay.
No, thank you so much to all of you, because you are here to learn, and this is the most important thing.
I think we have one more Toastmaster,
We have
Ragya Aditya.
Greetings from Australia.
Wow.
Hello all. Yeah, this is Toastmaster Pragya. I'm from India and District 98.
You are most welcome to Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters. This is the only club, Toastmaster club in Kuwait Advanced Toastmaster with the most senior members. You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll just go back to what I was trying to say. This is the, every opportunity, every problem, there is opportunity. Likewise, now during pandemic, we are getting audience and guests from different parts of the world. Wherever they are, their hearts are with the Toastmasters. Okay, I will call.
There is also Toastmaster Jim. You forget about him.
Yeah, Toastmaster.
He wrote only guests.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't see. Please.
Yeah, greetings from far away. I've come to. I heard that Srinivas is very impressive as a humorous speaker. So let's see how he puts humor into an educational session. So I'd be interested to see that.
Thank you very much. We welcome you. Please stay with us. Enjoy the meeting. Thank you. Yes, we will move on to inviting. Normally, most of the Toastmaster clubs has a grammarian or a master. Now we, like with Advanced Toastmaster, we have a Hawk Master. Hawk Master, I don't want to brief. Let she brief about her role. Please put your hands together, welcoming Toastmaster Alka.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, fellow Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters and all our guests from all around the world. So as Hawk Master, I think we have had these guests, some of these guests before also, earlier also, and they might be aware what is the Hawk Master role, but let me introduce it again. As Hawk Master, I'll be practicing my listening skills and also testing everyone's listening skills. So keep your ears tuned to whatever anyone is saying during the meeting. Whenever they come to the podium, whenever they speak up, even as a guest, and I might ask you a few questions at the end when the Toastmaster of the Day calls me for that, and I will be then seeing your listening skills. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Alka-ji. So it's time to invite our the presenter of the workshop. Toastmaster Srinivas Chellapati has been doing a lot of social responsibility during his tenure with Toastmaster Club. Every time I see him, he is very enthusiastically accepting the role, conducting the workshop. Today, he is planning to tell us how to set our goal and plan. So I would like to invite Toastmaster Srinivas Chellapati to do your project, goal setting and planning. Please welcome Toastmaster Srinivas Chellapati.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day, my fellow Toastmasters of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club, and most importantly, the guests who have joined all the way from Australia, from Malaysia. I welcome you all to the educational session conducted by Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters. The first session, as the Toastmaster of the Day has rightly pointed out, is goal setting and planning. To do this workshop, I have actually taken an extract from the works of a very well-known author. He's also a coach. I'm sure some of you must have come across this name, Anthony Robbins. He's an author of some bestsellers. At least 5 of those bestsellers are well known all throughout the world. And one of them is titled Awaken the Giant Within. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm not going to share any slides with you for this workshop. Why? Because I would want all of you to pay attention to my story. Thereby, you would not only derive the benefits of this workshop, but also, I am sure, it will prompt you to go ahead and do some kind of goal setting and plan for it, as we are round the corner to invite yet another new year very soon. We all have dreams, don't we? You could give me some virtual reactions. Or at least we all had dreams in the past. Now, guests who have joined us from Australia and Malaysia, had it not been for Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters meeting, they should have been rolling out some dreams right now, isn't it? And also there is one lady amongst us who would never let her dreams sleep. Why? Because she consumes a lot of coffee to keep her dreams awake. So we all either have dreams or had dreams in the past, or still are pursuing some dreams. But dreams will remain only dreams if it doesn't get converted to goals. Goals need to be hit. How? With a proper planning. I'll take a very simple and a common example, what we all associate with from the sporting arena, from the sporting world. A soccer game, much before a match is played between two teams, Team A and Team B, both the teams invest a lot of time in planning their game. Now the goal posts are at an equal distance from the center, which means both the teams have got an equal opportunity. The game is very simple. You've got to go and launch the ball into the opponent's goal, which will be your goal. That is the reason why when you score a goal, the score is awarded to you. Now to do this, the coaches of the game, they draw the strategy or they draw the plan to attain the goal. And how they do that? They see the strengths and the weakness of the team and accordingly strategize the placement or the formation, as we say. 3-4-3, 4-3-3, so on and so forth. You see, once they do that, they analyze and go about playing the game. Now let's say somewhere in between they realize that something is not working. Immediately there is a revamp or the strategy changes and there is a change in the plan. Obviously, when their plan is changed, the goal also will slightly vary from what they originally had in mind. Very slightly it will vary, but they still go about achieving their goal. But the most important thing here is, let's say a team fails to attain the goal. The team is not bothered. No. The coaches are also not bothered. Yes, they tried, they attempted, they failed, so what? There is always another day to face. There's always another match to play. There is always another team to face. I've given you a very simple example of a soccer game, but this is exactly how our individual lives also are conducted. Now, There, you are the whole entity. You are your coach. You are your player. You have your own goals. You have your own dreams to attain. Ladies and gentlemen, I will take 5 points, just 5 points. I would want you to pay absolute attention to what I talk or what I say, but keep a pen and paper handy just to jot down some very important points of the strategy or the planning and what exactly goals are. The first and the foremost thing what one has to remember when you start your life, when you begin your, or when you go out to, make a career in whatever field you wish to, you need to have a vision which is much bigger than the actual goal what you're going to attain. It is primary importance. Now, when you have a vision of that kind, then you've got to remember one thing. The pursuit of the goal is as important as the goal itself. If you put on paper that my goal is to be in the opponent's D for the first 10 minutes, as long as I'm holding the ball. If this is your goal, okay, this is the goal given to, let's say, one important player, striker of the football team. Now, 10 minutes could be 7 minutes, it could also be 5 minutes, or it could be a little more than 10 minutes, doesn't matter. But if the pursuit is not there, if he is not able to go anywhere beyond his own midline, then the whole purpose of having a goal is lost. Pursuit of a goal is as important as the goal itself. Now, this is a kind of formula with which some very prominent world leaders in the past have attained success, and success to a very big magnitude. And you can recall invaders, Napoleon Bonaparte, Alexander the Great. Their goals of invading or conquering the world is something of a very large vision. It's a very, very, distant vision what they have. Now, to go and conquer worlds around them or the lands around them, it requires a great deal of strategic planning. It is just not enough if you have the goal, okay, I'm going to conquer, I'll leave Greece, I'll go and conquer Romania. No, it doesn't occur that way. I'm sure it did not happen that way. Alexander the Great had a proper planning. Now, how he planned, obviously it's again the players who matter. His army, his cavalry, his ground battlement, on the field battlement, his arms, his ammunition. These are all the factors which form the planning. And planning, once again, is made so flexible that if one fails, there's always a backup plan. The whole idea of having a plan is only for that. You have to have ways and means to achieve your goal with a flexible plan. So, the end point is the primary most to attain a goal is to pursue the goal itself. And to pursue comes planning. Point number 2. Set a goal with the right scope in mind. When you go to set out a goal of whatever nature it is, if you go to set out a goal, he says you have to have a proper scope of it. Now, what does it mean? Let's take an example here again. If I have to go and graduate from a college, so what is the scope of attaining the degree from that college for me? Scope is I have to first see my basic qualification, whether I'm qualified to go and pursue the bachelor's degree or the master's degree from that particular university. Let's say I'm qualified enough to go and pursue. But then the actuality comes as to what is the faculty in which you would want to pursue that. Is it a science faculty? Is it a mathematics faculty? Is it an arts faculty? Is it a commerce faculty? Or any XYZ faculty? That is where you zero in on your goal. And once you have that very definite goal in mind, then comes the scope of it. The process. It is obviously you have to follow up with you've got to attend lectures, you've got to have the course material. The course material is given to you. You either do it physically being in the university or being away from the university. All that, those are all secondary. But the basic goal setting and planning for it is the scope with which you go to attain your goal. So, have your goals in mind with the scope of actually attaining it. And that is where, once again, a strategic plan comes in place. Simple as that. What duration are you going to attain? If it is going to take a duration of an year, the first 4 months, what exactly you will be doing? The next 4 months, what exactly you will be doing? And the last quarter, what you would be doing? Or how you'll be going to pursue that? And once again, go back to the earlier talk, where you have to have a very flexible plan, so that in the course of pursuing a goal, there is always somewhere or the other you get lost. Certain things don't work because there are lots of outside factors also involved in this. What if something doesn't work in your favor at that point of time? It doesn't mean that you simply leave your pursuit of goal. No, you always have a backup plan. If my car doesn't start, then I have to have a backup plan of a public transport, so that I don't lose time in commuting from one place to another. Simple as that. Your planning has to be in that kind of a mode, which is very simple, accessible, and comprehensive, most importantly. Let's talk about point number 3. Point number 3 for goal setting is basically your focus. bachelor's degree in commerce in the first 6 months. That's a clear focus. And once you zero in and have that in your focus, the rest of the things do not matter at all. If you have to skip lunch, skip lunch. Because it doesn't matter. It is not it is not in the scope of your goal. The scope of your goal is to go and attain the degree. During lunchtime, if you are physically in the class, you will not be having lunch. You'll have to skip lunch. But ensure that you have a snack either before going to the session or after the session. That is what is strategic planning, so that your personal life also doesn't get disturbed, and at the same time you're pursuing your goal. Your pursuit is also not getting disturbed. So focus on whatever you want, and whatever is not required, simply cast it away. Do not bring it anywhere close to your scope. That is not in your scope of pursuing your goal. There is actually a very interesting story here, which I would want to share. In the year 1940, when Hitler was planning to attack Russia during the Second World War, Hitler, for all said and done, if you read about Hitler's life story, and if you really read or try to gather info all about Second World War, Germany under Hitler's leadership was making huge strides initially when the war started in the year 1939, September 1939. Huge strides. Poland was just much ahead of the time what they had planned. Poland was captured. France, he simply walked in, captured. And once Poland and France fell, the other smaller nations, they all joined him. They said, if countries like France and Poland couldn't resist Hitler's move or Hitler's way ahead, what are we? So they simply gave in. And then came the bigger enemy, which is Russia. Now you see this, he considered everything in his scope. His artillery, his camps, his military camps, supplies, logistics, and he ensured that the forces on the ground are taken care of. By all means, they are taken care. Okay? And what he did, he only did not think about the weather. Russia in the winters is a horrible place, especially the woods that surround Russia, Soviet Russia. It is simply not penetrable. The woods are simply, you just cannot go through the woods. It becomes that horribly worse in a worst winter season. Armed forces, even trained armies cannot penetrate those woods. So what he did, he did not consider, or he did not have the weather in his focus. He took care of all the other things to support the ground staff, but the very factor of the weather, because if the forces cannot reach the place, all these logistics or the food, all those strategies fall apart. And he had a terrible time. and he had to beat a retreat. He had to call the army back. The battalions came back from middle of the jungles, middle of the forest. They had to come back to the base camps. So goal setting has to consider only the factor of pursuit and leave the rest. That's it. Had he only considered the weather, he would not have planned to attack Russia in the winters. He would have waited for the winter to subside and then go to attack. So that's very, very important when you're planning to attain a goal. Coming to the fourth point. Okay, you have planned, you have everything went your way, okay, and you scored a goal on the opponent's goal. You scored a goal. Is that all? Is that the end of your pursuit? How many would say yes to it? Is there anybody who says yes to it? Members can unmute and say, or just give me a reaction. Is there anybody who says that once the goal is attained, your pursuit is over?
No,
Anyone?
not over.
No. No, yes. No. In fact,
Continues.
that should enthuse you. That should, bolster your confidence to go and attain more goals further. So, pursuit of a goal is not the end. That gives you a kind of boost which will propel your enthusiasm. It will give you such a kind of a boost that you go out to have frame more number of goals, do a better strategy, plan them, and have more number of goals attained. When Hitler had to face a backlash from Russia, he didn't stop. No, he didn't stop. He said, okay, fine, that's fine. He moved his armies to Turkey. He moved he changed his focus. Base camps were changing focus in Europe. They went ahead. Britain was in his view, though it was a bigger army and a better army than Germany, he still had Britain in his mind. Who knows? Had things worked out in his favor, he would have had even Britain captured. He moved his generals all over the Mediterranean, all over Europe. He never stopped. So similarly, once you attain a goal, had he won over Russia, that would have given him such a kind of a boost that none of the Allied forces would have ever thought of getting together to attack Germany. If only he had to capture Russia. But God is great, you see. It is because of that the world is saved. And today we are all talking about it and discussing about it as a case study. Point number 5. Let's say it doesn't work. You set a goal, you do a strategic planning to attain that goal, it doesn't work. What do you do? You leave everything aside, get dejected in life, and just says it doesn't work, so I'm not going to have any more goals and planning of the goals.
Set another
Replan,
plan,
replan.
another goal.
Never stop. Do not worry. Don't bother yourself if a goal is not attained. We planned for a sales figure of, let's say, $1 billion. We couldn't achieve even 1/10 of it. So it doesn't mean that, okay, you give up on your goal and say, sorry, it is not working, so we will not work henceforth. You will end up getting not paid at all, even if you work hard after that. So change your goal. Don't bother about the first goal which you did not attain. Whatever is not attained, gone. Leave it. Go out with a fresh strategy. Go out with a fresh goal. And have your plans once again. So these are the 5 points what I wanted to talk to you about. Let me quickly run these points with you, all of you. Point number 1. Remember, the pursuit of the goal is as important as the goal itself. Pursuit of the goal. This has to be the punch word in the first strategy. Second, set the goal with the right scope in mind. Scope is all that matters when you set the goal and do the planning. Why? Because see, most of us, we overestimate what we can attain in 2 or 3 years and underestimate what we can attain in 10 years. That is the reason why the scope is very important. I have seen this. Even in corporate planning, I have seen well qualified, highly qualified people. They overestimate what they could attain in a duration of 12 months and underestimate what they can otherwise do in 60 months. So setting of a goal and planning for it, the scope has to be very clear in mind, where you consider your strengths, weaknesses, your opportunities, so on and so forth. Focus is point number 3. Have an absolute focus of your goal, considering the scope. You have to have that scope in mind, and you have to consider what exactly the scope you have to attain the goal and zero in on that focus. That's it. And once you have it, you have to cut yourself off from all other alternatives to attain that goal. Once a goal is attained, it is not the end all. In fact, it is the beginning for you to go ahead and succeed in attaining more goals in your life. Then the world will come to you to know from you, Arey Baba, how are you doing it? You could be a consultant for the others for goal setting and strategic planning. If you have not attained a goal in life, don't bother yourself. There's always another goal for you around. And lastly, never stop dreaming. Only if you dream, you will have something to work on. That will bring in a goal. You will define a goal for yourself. And once you have a goal in front of you, what you see clearly, you plan for it. And that is the cycle of life. This stands good for an individual. It stands good for a community. Because you see, ultimately, we've got to make this world a better place for the rest of us to live, whoever are around us, and we've got to make this place worth living for our future generations who have still not seen anything of this world. The whole idea of planning, having a goal, planning for it and attaining it as an individual, you got to always have in the backdrop that I am going to make this world a better place for not only for me to live, but for the rest of the people who are present and who will follow me. Now that is what world leaders do. And that is exactly why we still have some very definite leaders out there working 24/7 for the benefit of the world around them, for their individual countries, of course, firstly, and by having the country or a nation in place, obviously, they are going to influence the rest of the world. A bigger nation learns from a smaller nation learns from a bigger nation as how they progress. So they are definitely doing this. Now, very recently in Glasgow, there was a summit talking about the climate change, which is actually now a very threatening factor in the world. Believe me, if things continue as how it is going on, probably by the end of year 2050, majority of the cities will not have water, drinking water. Majority of the cities, just not one or two, but majority of the bigger cities in the world, they will not have drinking water. Let me tell you this. This has already been foreseen by the environmentalists. It's already put on paper, and it is something threatening. So the world came together, they came on a common platform, addressed the problem, and they have set a goal that we will be zero emission by the year 2050. Some said we will be zero emission by 2030. Some said 2070. But there is a goal. And of course, I'm sure the plan will follow. Even if they have to achieve, if not 100%, even 50, 60% they attain, we still will have drinking water in the year 2050. Okay, we are about 15 people. I would want to have a very small exercise. I will divide these 15 people into two groups. Okay, let's say 7 and 8. Moderator, I would want you to assign the people. Let's keep two groups, Group A and Group B. All right. Now let me just let you know what exactly you people are going to do. The moderator will take each group into a separate breakout room. Okay. Let's say in the group of 8 people, choose a leader among yourself. Okay. And list down the immediate goals what you have in mind. It could be very simple and very silly goal. List it down. I would want each group to list down 4 goals. Okay. And among yourself, choose the person who can give out a 2-step plan for every goal. Just 2-step. Okay. Let's say if an individual A has a goal of getting a promotion, just for the sake of exercise, getting a promotion. So he has to have a 2-step plan, just a 2-step plan on how he is going to get the promotion. But getting a promotion in workplace is not so easy. Let me tell you. I have 35 years of experience as a salesman, and every time, every annual hearing, whatever we have, appraisal time, we know what it is. Okay. So each team will have 4 goals listed, and each goal will have 2-step plan. We will spend the next 15 minutes on that. Agreed? How many of you are willing to do it?
No, 15 minutes or 5 minutes?
Oh, sorry, 5 minutes. Okay, sorry. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 minutes will be less to have four goals and then 2 steps to each of them. I think
Make it 3 goals and 1 step each. Make it 3 goals, 1 step each.
because we
Because
have
we are,
already finished 35 minutes. Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Three and 3 goals and 1 step each. Moderator, can you please make 2 groups? We are
And
50.
10 minutes, right?
Okay. We'll be 14. Just
5
14.
minutes.
Exclude me. Exclude me. We'll be 14. So
7,
7
7.
each. Yeah.
It will be 5 minutes, Wafa, and then 5 minutes we'll come back and discuss.
That's it.
Okay, done.
Actually, time now is 37 minutes he took, so
8 minutes are there. Yeah. Okay. There are 8 more minutes to go.
As a co-host, you can see the breakout room, and
Yeah.
you can go and join any breakout room whenever you want. Okay.
Okay.
So the breakout room down, you can join and see what's going on if you need.
Sure. I'll do that.
Yes, I think we are back. I'm waiting for the next group.
Just 3 more.
We all back. Toastmaster Srinivas, we all back.
Yeah, just 3 more are to come back. I see only 11. I see only 11. All right, I think we are back.
I think they exited 2 guests.
No, we are all there. 14, all 14 are there. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Team number 1. Who is the leader?
I would just like to say that we took, we have our 3 goals ready, but each of our team members will list out their goals and their plan.
Okay.
First is our Toastmaster Anil Kumar Revankar.
All right. Let's listen from Anil Kumar. Mr. Anil Kumar.
So until he comes,
okay, second.
I can talk about my goal. I am planning to relocate myself from Kuwait.
Okay.
Which was initiated in 2019, but due to the pandemic got delayed. So I have moved further, buying apartment, the place where I want to be relocated. Hopefully by 2022, that is my plan to execute, relocating.
Okay, let me give you a quick evaluation of this particular goal. Firstly, what is past is past. You don't have to recall that in your goal. No, don't say that. And avoid terms like probably, avoid. As I told you, a goal has to be definite. A decision has to be made on the goal, very, very definite purpose. Okay? There is no other alternative to your goal. Decision means what? To decide means to cut off. It is a Latin word, decision. Once you have something in mind, you have to cut off from any other possibility. And never use terms like probably. No. You have to have a definite time frame in mind. Even if you say 2020, month and date, okay, also are to be specified. Only then your planning will be proper. Okay, what is the plan? What is the plan?
To invest, you have to invest wherever you are planning to be.
Invest in what? Investment of what?
Apartment, property.
Property.
Yeah.
Can you be more specific? I mean, it's again very vague.
Yeah,
I think what he means to say is he has already purchased an apartment where he can go and settle down.
Okay, so that the plan is you already have an apartment. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
But that is not a plan. See, plan in the sense, you have an apartment there. That is a scope. The scope, it falls in the scope. But how do you plan to attain that goal in the year 2020 or 2022?
See, especially in my case.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you invest in Dubai, buy apartment done. You have already there. So I decided to be there in Dubai 2022. I decided, yeah. For making happen, first thing you have to invest, which I did.
Okay.
That property registered in my name, which I did. So just thinking to just move on by 22, which that time may be differ between Jan to December. So you cannot fix a date or time.
Okay. Why is that? Why is that you cannot decide?
There are many reasons, financially, and the workplace where you are, they ask me to stay some more time.
That is where planning comes.
Yes.
Planning is that. Okay. Once you have your goal in focus, then comes the planning. How to relieve yourself from Kuwait. That is the plan.
if you want to go in detail, I requested from July 2021, they asked me to give another 6 months to stay. Last week, they asked me to stay another 6 months. So, which I cannot deny, I cannot say no.
So which means your goal has to be something beyond the
Yes.
date and time what you have mentioned.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Now I hope people who are listening to it got an idea as to what is a goal setting and what is actually strategic planning. Now let's quickly listen from team number 2. We are running out of time. Team number 2. Who is team number 2?
Yes, I'll be speaking. So for team number 2, actually we have Jem suggested if you wanted to have a promotion, let's say in the future. So we have spoken about 2 things that we can plan for to get that promotion. First of all, to check on the skills that we need to work on ourselves to enhance our soft skills, like the communication with the other people, how to present the presentations, how to work with the team, how to cooperate, and all of this. So we can have a course to take it and study during that time, and it will be added to our CV. So till the promotion time comes, so we will have an updated CV with the new things that we are doing. The second thing, I forgot the second thing. Actually, the 2 things, I have combined the 2 things together, which is to work on soft skills and to try to, yes, and the second one, to try to take a course in certain things that you really needed in your work, like for example Microsoft. So maybe if you don't know how to use the Excel in a very well way, like for example how to analyze data via Excel, so it's good for you to take a course to learn much more about that thing, because that will support, and at the same time by default it will be added to your CV. So in that time your team leader or the manager will be aware that what you really have worked. They can see how you have improved, but like how you are working with the team with you, how you are presenting the presentations, and maybe sharing your ideas and so on. So
Great.
this is like a kind of a plan you can do to enhance yourself and get promoted at your workplace.
Thank you very much. See here in team number 2, the planning part is perfectly, placed. Yourself trying to enhance your skills is the part of the plan. And you also specified in detail as to what you will be doing exactly to attain that skills or enhancing those skills. Your planning is absolutely perfect. Now there, in your goal, you've got to be a little more definite. Like when you say promotion, okay, by what time, duration, you've got to have that.
Actually, we don't know. Usually we don't, like at my workplace, we don't know when you will get a promotion, because it can be at any time.
It could be any time, but if you have a definite time in mind, your planning works perfectly well, and you are ready much ahead of the time when the management decides to give you a promotion.
Yeah. Now, usually some of the, I don't know about the other organizations, but usually you do have it by the end of the year. The end of the year, the beginning of the year, during that time, usually
In most
organizations, they do the raises and the promotions and so on. So maybe before that time, you can have, you can see the courses, and you will check based on the course itself. You will have by default a time frame that you need to finish the course from this date to that date, so you will have it before a certain time period.
In most cases, it is the beginning of the financial year. In some countries, the beginning of the financial year is the month of March, and in some countries, it's the month of September. So it is during that time the promotions are already decided. It's only, it is announced only towards the end of the year, physical year. But most cases it is the financial year where they decide on promotions. Okay, I think we should not. I should not be taking any more time further. I have to be.
Srinivas,
Yes, sir.
in my organization, there is no time for the promotion.
Ah, great.
Yeah, anytime you
Toastmasters
get it.
Srinivas, your time is already 53 minutes and
Yes.
we're running out of time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the patient listening. I will share the files with you through the VPN. Okay. Whatever I've spoken today, I'll share the files. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you. Thank you all for listening. It's a wonderful session to us. Now we are almost 10 minutes behind our schedule. However, we will call upon our second presenter, Toastmaster DTM Ola Rashid. Your time is 45 minutes. Your body speaks. Please put your hands together welcoming DTM Ola Rashid.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Just before I start, Arish, because I want to be able to see you as a timer, when it is green, just tell me it is green. So I will know, okay?
Sure.
And can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Great. So, good evening, everyone, Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters, and all the guests who have joined us from all over the world. Your body speaks. Now, before I start, I just want to tell you that the film industry, when actually started at the beginning, the movies, they were depending 100% on body movement. I don't know if you got the chance to watch such a movie, but I got the chance to watch such movies. It's basically how they move, how they escape from place to place, hunt each other, smile, cry, and at the end of the movie, you are able to understand the message and every single part of it. And it is applied in public speaking generally, and even in our normal conversational life between people, whether at work, with your family, with your friends. You cannot speak while you are just sitting and not moving. Me personally, I cannot speak without my hands. So let's kick off. Now, in public speaking, usually we always say it is a performance. So public speaking is a performance consists of two things. A verbal performance where you can use the words with the people to convey your message or information or an idea. And the second one is a non-verbal, which is based on your own body movement. And this is what we will concentrate on this workshop. So what is non-verbal communication? Simply, it is not involving or using words, no more words. This is how you communicate non-verbally. Sometimes I do believe if we have mothers between us and your mothers, they do have the look. They just look at you and you will understand the message. So this is what kind of non-verbal communication. This does mean that you really need to move your body. You literally need to move it. So not this way, not the same way, of course, but you really need to use your body. So it will help your words to be conveyed to the people who are listening to you. Now, how body language really can help you when you speak, especially in public speaking? First of all, your messages are more memorable. People will remember what you say. just imagine that you will watch a speaker, as all of us who are a Toastmaster. I do believe that all of us who are Toastmasters, but even generally, even if you are at work in a meeting, attending a presentation, so you will see that person just standing at one place and moving nothing, and not even doing gestures or even have a facial expression, or even that you see that presenter is engaging. You will not remember any word of what he or she said, because we intend as a human beings to get bored, to see someone at the same place and not moving anywhere. You will may listen the first minute, the second one, but after 5 minutes, you will start to get distracted by other things. The body language help you to let the people to remember your message. The second one, punctuations add meaning. Now, when we write, we usually use point, comma, question mark, because that thing will help us to emphasize on the message. And we can do that by our body language, by our voice. Maybe you can, if you want, maybe by your facial expression. So this kind of nonverbal communication can help to add more meaning to what you really want to say. The third thing is about the nerve. Now, we usually get nervous before we speak. Now, when you get nervous, actually it's connected with your thoughts, with your emotions and your body. Some people, they be shaking. They will have shaking hands, maybe shaking legs out of nervousness when they want to speak. But when you move from place to place, that will help you to remove that nervousness from your body and will give you more confidence to speak in front an audience. So these are three things. Of course, there is a lot, many other things if you will go and search and read, but these are the main things that caught my attention. Now, how your body can speak effectively, how you really can make it so effective when you deliver your speech or your presentation. First of all, you really need to eliminate distracting mannerisms. Mannerisms, it means maybe certain behavior or a manner or an attitude you usually do while you are speaking. Personally, when I want to remember something, I always touch my ear. Like I always play and touch my ear if I wanted to remember something or if I got nervous. And many people, they have told me just to try not to play with your ear. Some people, they will play with their glasses. Maybe other people play with their hair or just to try to, fix their suit from time to time. Just to try to eliminate these things because these things will distract the people from what you really want to say. The second one, try to be natural, try to be yourself. How many times have you attended or watched people and you say between you and yourself, that person really just trying to be someone else and they are not themselves? Do not imitate anyone. Just be yourself when you want to speak. Do not imitate anyone, how they move or how they deliver their speeches, how they laugh, how they feel sad. Just be yourself, because logically speaking, when you are natural, spontaneous, people will feel what you really want to deliver. The third one is let your body mirror of your feelings. And this point, I want to it's like the most important thing, because when you prepare something, whether a presentation or a speech, if you don't feel what you are saying, if you don't feel what you wanted to deliver, people will sense it. And this is so critical thing, because we think that you can act that you are not tired. You can act that you are okay. You can act that you are not angry. But by default, when you connect with your feelings in that part, it will reflect directly to the audience. So try to really be, more relaxed and more calm when you speak, because that will be reflected to the people. And I do believe when you are a natural, when you think that you will be natural and not to try to imitate anyone else, by default, your true feelings will be reflected to the audience. And the fourth one is how to build your confidence when you prepare. Now, if you don't prepare for anything, by default, people will know that you are not prepared. When you are trying to remember something, when you try to remember certain points and you just try to look at the ceiling or look at the floor, people will sense that part. So try to prepare as much as you can to let yourself feel really so comfortable while you are delivering your speech or presentation. The last one, use your clubs, people. Personally, I'm a member of the 3 clubs. I don't know about you, but I know Arish is a member in million of clubs, okay? So use your clubs. Try to practice in your club while you are preparing for anything. Even if it is a presentation for your workplace, it is okay. You can practice it, because at the end you want to get a feedback from people, how you presented, how you really worked, the harmony between you and the presentation itself, the slides, how you worked with the slides, how you prepared the slides, and all this stuff. So use your club as a lab for you to enhance your skills. I do believe one of the nice things Kuwait Advanced during the storytelling contest. Storytelling contest, when you want to prepare for a story and to tell that story, is totally different than a normal presentation or a normal speech. So during that time and that preparation, you will discover new things in yourself, in your skills, how to speak with the people non-verbally through your body. So hopefully these 5 points will be helpful for all of you. Now your body speaks through, for me, I called it a 5 diamonds. Like there's many things in your people usually do and or comment about your body language based on these diamonds. The first one, the posture, how you stand on the stage, and even how you stand behind a lectern, how you stand when you do have a presentation. That is really very important. Just imagine that someone is delivering a presentation on a stage, and that person is just moving here and there in front of the presentation. By default, you will be distracted. By default, people will feel, okay, we cannot concentrate on you or the presentation, and the lighting is not really that good. So you really need to care about how you stand and how you are using the stage by your posture, how you stand. And it is very important not to hide your hands. We always say this in public speaking. Your hands tells a lot about you. Do not hide it in your pockets. Do not have them together. Do not have it behind your back. Just let them be free. Let the people feel that you are confident while you are standing on the stage. And even the position itself, where do you stand? We always say try to start your speech while you are standing on the middle, because that like goes the attention for all the people, which is for me sometimes, of course, you can change it based on the story itself. But generally people will ask you or try to suggest for you, try to stand in the middle with a good posture. So that will be the good start of your speech. The second diamond, we do have the gestures. I do believe I'm using my hands a lot to let you see the gestures here. Now, it is important to know how to use your hands, especially because gestures is not only the hands, it's also your legs and how you are moving. But mainly what we usually use, especially in an online, is our hands. This is what we are using most of the time when we speak. So it is important to use it in a way that, for me, I don't calculate or to say like I need to move my hand here and next time I need to move it there. For me, it just so naturally and in a spontaneous way. Some people, they really don't have it in their nature. So you need to guide them how to use the hands to let them understand how this thing will let them understand much more of the information itself. Maybe if you will think about it, you will see what is the relationship between while I'm speaking and the hands. But actually, when you wanted to let the people understand something, for me, this is how I see it personally. When you use your hands and let the people, because that will show more confidence. Personally, this is how I see it. Show more confidence in front of everyone. At the same time, it helps me to understand what I really want to say, especially if it's like certain points. I like to use the gestures. Now, the third diamond is body movement. As I have mentioned earlier, standing on one position is not a good thing. People will listen to you for 5 minutes, for example. And I do believe, based on the experience in Toastmasters, 5 minutes for a standing person at the same point, not moving, will get the people feel bored. And they just want to stop, want to listen to you. So try to really know how to use the stage. Try to understand how the movement are really very important and not to have, especially if you have different points. For example, if you wanted to explain 3 points of a certain thing, try to have it in different 3 positions, because by default in our memory, in our imagination, as a human beings, we will remember what you have said by seeing the position of each point that you have standed on and you have explained. The fourth point is the facial expression. Your face speaks a lot. It will show the people how you are really happy. It will show the people how you are really so sad. Show the people how you really so angry. And by default, when you use your facial expression, that will reflect on your voice. And that will be reflected actually the facial and the vocal, they are reflected by the way you feel about what you are delivering. So this is really very important, because especially in an online meeting, people will look at your face while they are listening to you. They wanted to see all the expressions in your face. They wanted to feel how happy you are. They wanted to feel how angry you are. They want to feel how excited you are. So this is really very important to have just like a normal face and to speak to you and to tell you, I am very excited. You will not see that thing, but you say, I am really very excited. So you will feel it while you are listening to what I am saying. And hopefully you are excited and enjoying it. The last but not the least, the eye contact. One of the very, I do think it is a crucial thing is your eyes when you speak. Usually it is not only the online, because by default in an online you will look in the camera, but in physical meetings, It is important to, from time to time, to pick someone and look them. Of course, not to stare for a long time to let them feel afraid from you, but to look in a way like for 30 seconds, just to let them really that you are important. I'm looking at you. You are important. I'm delivering this information and this message to you to listen to me. So you try to do that thing, because when you look at the ceiling or look somewhere else, people will get distracted because they will get the message that you are not interested on them as an audience. So why would they feel interested to you as a presenter and listen to you? So these are the 5 diamonds that you really want to think more about, to practice more. I want to tell you how you let these diamonds make you shine. Because while I was reading a document that DTM Alka shared with me, thank you so much for that document. All of them, I have built this slide based on all of them. They agreed on these points: how to practice to have better posture, how to practice to have better facial expression, eye contact. I forgot the other points. It's not good. The gestures and the body movements. So how you can shine? Use it purposefully. Do not move from place to place with no purpose, because people will see someone who's going back and forward and like what that person is doing. Do not use your gestures for nothing. I cannot speak and you are just using your hands for nothing. Do not use your eye contact not in the right way. You really need to know when to use your body. And for that, you need to use it in a moderate way. Do not have an excessive utilization of each part of your, the eye contact or the body movement and the facial expression and postures and so on. The third one, connect with your emotions. And this point have been repeated many times, because personally myself, I always tell any speaker, if you really want the people to believe you, to let your own message reach their hearts, you need to feel it. If you do not feel it, by default, no one will feel it. So connecting with your emotions is so essential in anything you do. Do not fake it. Many people, they do try to be really very cool, but actually you will see that you are not cool. You are not just to try to act that you are cool, but actually it's not part of your personality. Or people try to be funny. Me personally, I'm not good in, saying jokes or saying a humorous situation. I haven't tried. I had tried to fake it, but it didn't work. Nobody laughed at that time. And I felt so bad about myself, because okay, I haven't cracked a joke here, but no one laughed at it. Not me. I didn't feel it. So, and at the end, because I didn't feel it, I faked it. So try not to fake anything, just be yourself. And the last thing, practice, practice, practice. Practicing help you a lot. Some people, they will say, like me, now I'm telling you, I'm not a humorous person, but I do believe if I give it more time to learn more techniques, how to be humorous person, how to add the humor, how to say a certain joke, or how to say a fun situation in a certain way, I do believe it will work much more. So try to practice. There's nothing written says that you cannot have a good posture, or you cannot move your hands, or you cannot have a good eye contact with the audience. So these 5 things will let you shine like a star. How to create a good impression. Now, we always say the first 30 seconds of anything you want to deliver, that will create the first impression for the people. And when you create the first impression, if it will be really very good, people will enjoy the rest of your session. So how you can create really a good impression? Let's concentrate on your appearance. Now, I don't know about the men, but many ladies, whenever someone on the stage, you will scan them from head to toe. What he is wearing, what she is wearing, whether it is matching, not matching, and so on. So whether we like it or not, people will care about your appearance. So it is really important to choose the right outfit for the occasion that you are delivering your own talk in. The third one is you need to prepare before you speak. The preparation part is to know your material really very well, because you really don't want it to stuck in the middle of the session and let the people feel that you are not prepared and you don't know what you are talking about. So this is really very important to prepare yourself. You really need to know where the things that you want to use, they are around you. If you need a pen, you will know that the pen is here. So you will know it is here. I know I need that pen. I need a cup. It is next to me in this place. I need to have this tool to use it in my session. I need to have it in this part. So when you prepare the place, when you prepare yourself, that will give the people a good impression. And the third point, the first minute. Now, we always say the first 30 seconds, but we can give it an extra 30 seconds as a grace period at the beginning for introduction. The first minute, it is about how you start your conversation with the people. One of the nice things that people like I love to use most of the time when I remember that I need to use that thing is to start with a story. We love stories. People love stories. So when you start with a story, even at your workplace, if you are delivering a presentation, start with a story, because that will break the ice. At the same time, you will feel more comfortable. You will have more confidence in yourself, and that will help you to move on with your delivery in a very good way. So these are three things, and I'm pretty sure there are many points. If you will go and search about it, will tell you how to create a very good impression. But this, I do believe these are 3 points, they have, collected everything in a nutshell. At the end, remember, when you wanted to deliver something and you wanted to use your body language, it is all about how you make others feel. This is your body language. When you use it really in a very good way, it will let the people feel, and when they feel really very good about what you delivered, they will remember what you had delivered with a big heart. This is the end of my own session. Flying kiss for all of you. And now I will stop sharing the screen here. Hopefully you have enjoyed this session with me, and hopefully it was really enjoying for all. Now I would like to have, I don't know how much time I do have. I do believe I do have a good time. So we can be divided into groups.
Took only 30 seconds, 27 minutes.
How much do I still have?
7 minutes.
No.
She has 45 minutes, so
25 minutes
took 30
more.
already. You have 15, Ola.
15 minutes more.
So in
15 minutes.
in 15 minutes, I want you to be divided into groups. So moderator, if you can help in that part. I want one of the groups to deliver, like to choose someone to agree on a story. I want a sad story and a good story, just only a 1 or 2 minutes story. But I want the group who will do the happy story to deliver it with sad expressions. It's a challenge because you will see how it's challenging to use your body language in something different. So I wanted you to do it the opposite. The sad story to be delivered in a very happy way, and the good story to be delivered in a very sad way. Okay, so I will give you, if we have 15, I will give you 5 minutes to prepare. I wanted a very nice, small, very, not complicated story. I just want to let you understand how the body language is really important to deliver the message to your audience. And if you don't use it really in a very good way, how it will affect your own delivery. So you understood? Do I need to repeat?
I got it. I got it.
All is cool? Okay, 2 teams. To your breakout rooms, you have 5 minutes. I don't want to see anyone here. Let them all disappear. All of you.
Moderator Ramkumar, who is there?
Well, as a co-host, you can visit the rooms to make sure that they are under control. Okay?
Really? Where are the rooms?
And the breakout, you can check the breakout down, and you can click join.
I can't see breakout rooms down. I can see only reaction.
You should see. You are a co-host.
والله مو أدري أشوفهم وفاء. I do believe أنا لأنه أنا اللي عندي.
I let you join one of the rooms and then you can see if you come
تمام.
back.
Okay. Wafa, are you there or my internet is just start? Oh, not me. I'm here alone. Yes. Okay. You got disconnected, Wafa?
No, I was instead of me taking you to the room, I went to the room. Yalla, go. And then you can leave the room and go to another room. مش الحال؟
Yeah, if you can take me to the other. هلا قد ايه عنا وقت نحن still؟ خلصوا ال 5
You cannot
minutes.
see breakout room down.
هلا I can see هلا بس you have been signed to breakout room 2. I have been there. أنا بدي أروح على breakout 1.
ما فيك تعملي جوين على ال1، ما فيك تشوفي مين موجود، بس اعملي جوين. You cannot?
No.
You can. هلا شرينيفاز هيك عمل، كنت حطيته
join
كونس.
breakout room بس مو محدد which one.
ما انت بتعملي جوين وبقول لك which one. انت روحي على room 1 وجوين. مش شايفيهم قدامك العالم؟
على breakout room 2 هلا 1
لا
هلا
روح. You want me to close the breakout room?
I think خلص يعني لأنه already timing كان موجود.
أنا أعطيتهم 5 دقايق.
هو 5 minutes عشان يقدروا to deliver the story.
يلا. I closed it.
Merci.
They will come back.
Thank you. How was the session?
Was very good. I enjoyed it, and the graphics and the presentation was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so everyone is coming back. Hopefully you are ready with your story. A sad story with a happy expressions and a happy story with sad expressions. So is everyone here? No, still we are waiting for other people from, okay. Everyone is rejoining, perfect. So is everyone here or we still need, there are still other people in other, they meet in the breakout rooms?
We are all here.
All of you here, perfect. So group A, what you have chosen? Who will speak?
Who's from group? Who's group A? Who's group B?
Arish, you were in group B, which is room 2. So room 1, group A. Alka was in group A. So in group A, what you have chosen?
Srinivas can.
Srinivas and I will tell the stories.
So which is the story, what you have chosen?
Me or Srinivas first?
I need only one.
We chose 2 stories. You said happy and sad, no? So we chose 2 stories. One me and one Srinivas.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so you what is your story, Alka?
Mine is a sad story and I'll say it with happy face.
Okay, so start.
A father and son are going to the fair along with their donkey. So the father makes the son sit on the donkey and the father is walking. they meet some people who say, oh, look at the son. He's letting his old father walk. So the son gets down and makes the father sit on the donkey. They walk further, and some people they meet, they say, oh, look at the father. How can a parent do this? He's letting his son walk. So they both sit on the donkey. They meet more people and they say, look at both of them. How can they do this to the poor donkey? Poor donkey is so tired. They walk further. So they both get down. And all three of them start walking. So you really can't make everyone happy. So I would say, do what you wish, not listen to others. So back to you.
Thank you, Alka. How like at a certain point, I felt it's not really very easy when you wanted to deliver something and you want to have, but actually it's not happy. So you felt that challenge, right? That like it's a sad story, but like I have to be happy all the time.
Right, yeah, right.
Yes.
I had to force myself to smile.
Exactly. So this is like how your body moves with your own emotions. So I like to do it in the opposite way to challenge. So thank you so much, Alka. Now, Srinivas, with the happy story with sad face. Srinivas, you are muted.
Sunday morning, happy weekend, relaxed weekend. Tom and Jerry decide to have breakfast. Tom settles first at the dinner table, awaiting Jerry to serve him with breakfast. And guess what? Jerry serves him a half-baked bacon, which is burnt in one end, and it is served with uncooked maize. Tom gets so mad, so crazy. He waits for his day. The following Sunday, it is his turn. And you know what he serves? Jerry? He serves Jerry with hay, and he serves him with a raw egg on top of it. Moral of the story is, you will be done the way you do to others. Back to you.
You really make me feel so sad about that happy weekend. It was not happy, not at all. Yeah, so I do believe you, Srinivas, as well, that you felt the challenge. That you want to say like a happy weekend. It's like it's a happy weekend. They went to have a breakfast. So thank you so much, Srinivas. So Group A, great job for all of you. Now Group B, who will speak?
Pragya first.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Pragya, which story? Sad story with happy face or a happy story with a sad
Yeah,
face?
sad story with happy face.
Okay.
Okay. So when I was in class 11th, I chose two subjects. First, math main subject, and second, bio additional subject. So in examination, I passed first subject, which is mathematical, and I failed to bio subject. Then I hidden to my parents, I failed that subject. Then when my parents know this my blunder, then they beat me a lot. So that is my sad story. Over to you.
Okay. Okay, that was really very good. And I felt that this is actually what happens with us when we speak the, the contract in our emotions and not connected with our body language. We stuck in the middle because you need to because this is how I felt to Braga. She was remembering that I have to smile because this is not the right feeling. But that was really very good. You have done a great job, Braga. Thank you so much. And I do believe the happy story with a sad face is with Arij.
Yes. So happy story with a sad face. Last week, everyone, it was last Friday, and I had area contest. And you know, the happiest thing ever happened that I won first place in 2 categories and second place in another 2 categories. And that was extremely happy moment. So when I came back home, I found all the family smiling and laughing, and I was just laughing with them. And I couldn't hold my tears of joyful. And thank you everyone for all these happy moments.
Thank you so much, Anish, for making us all of us depressed about being you winning the first place in area contest. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe by this experience you have felt how, with the wrong body language, with the wrong facial expressions, how your message cannot be connected correctly with your audience. So take care of your body language. Take care of the 5 diamonds, your posture, the body movement, the eye contact, the facial expression, and your gestures. These 5 diamonds is really important to care about. These 5 diamonds will build up your body language and non-verbal communication tool for all of you, whether in Toastmasters or even outside Toastmasters. Thank you so much for everyone for having me. Hopefully it was an enjoyable session with all of you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well done, DTM Ola. It was very enjoyable session. I hope we have recorded and everyone is looking for this presentation. It will be a great asset for all of us to learn from this presentation. Thank you very much. We really appreciate. I really appreciate from the bottom of my heart. We'll go back to the session. We are already late. Anyhow, we talk about sustainability. It's mentioned in here, sustainability is a lifestyle. We are doing the sustainability for community and social and the world to be safe, and we think about the longevity of the earth, and we believe in adapting change for the sustainability. We make sure we all do our best to have a best place on earth. So we have one more role player. I will call upon DTM Alka to talk about your role, Master. Please, Alka ji.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I'll quickly shoot a few questions. Are you all ready? Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. We'll start from the beginning. Our Sergeant at Arms, while reading out the club rules or the ground rules, she said, we usually don't talk about dash matters. What is that dash? Everyone, please unmute yourself.
Religion and politics.
No, she's
no. She uses
more
yes.
Something moral, more
Immoral.
That's right, Jim. That's right. Wonderful.
Jim.
Okay, our president.
Where's his chocolate, Alka? Chocolate.
When
Send
she
to Australia.
Here is the chocolate. Catch it. Okay, and our president, she said, thank you to the Sergeant at Arms for a dash start.
Lovely?
No.
Amazing?
No.
Refreshing?
No. Anyone else, or should I give it?
Great start.
No. She said energetic start.
Yes, she did. I heard that.
Yes. Okay, our Toastmaster of the day. He said, we all have the same title everywhere in the world. What is that title?
Toast.
You are not supposed to say that. You are not. Whoever said that is not supposed to. Yes, exactly. Wonderful.
Wherever we are
Then,
Toastmasters.
then he said we need to pray for sustainable dash. Two things. He said we need to pray for sustainable this and
Health?
this. Sorry?
Health?
No. Two things. Sustainable dash and sustainable dash.
Who said that?
Our Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Sadiq.
صادق, send me in chat بسرعة privately.
No, okay, I'll give in because we are running out of time. So he said sustainable earth and sustainable life. So two things. Okay, our first presenter, Srinivas, he said we all have dash. We all have?
Goals.
Sorry?
Goals.
No, no.
Dreams.
No. Dreams, yes.
Dreams.
Dreams. Yes,
Chocolate.
dreams that need to be converted
No,
to
no
goals.
chocolate.
And
No
which
chocolate for me.
game did he refer to or gave
Soccer,
equalized life to?
soccer.
Soccer. Which king did he give example of?
Napoleon.
Great. And what did he say? What is the ultimate goal for any action that we take? Ultimate goal. Making world a better place.
Okay.
Okay. Now coming to our second presenter. What are the three advantages or things that make body language or for which body language is needed? Or body language makes these three things better. First one is messages are more memorable. Second, anyone? Come on, come on, come on. Okay, Arij is busy eating.
Punctuation adds meaning.
Right, that's so good. Wonderful. That's nice to remember. And the third one? Nervous tensions are channelized.
Nervous tension is channelized, yes.
Yes. Wonderful, Pragya. Okay, which are the 5 diamonds of body language that our presenter Ola said?
Posture, gesture.
Eye
Yes.
contact.
Eye contact, facial expression,
Yes.
body movement.
Body movement.
Wonderful. Big round of applause. And how many seconds does it take to create the first impression?
30 seconds.
First 30 seconds. Wonderful. Great.
No.
So with that, I'll hand over the podium back to you. Have been good listeners, but you could be better. Okay. So handed it back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much. It was a very energetic and entertaining session. I really enjoyed while I am still at work. I have to leave home. I'm getting a message. So I will hand over to Wafa, our president, Kuwait Advanced Toastmaster.
Looking good, Wafa.
I'm good. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. I want to thank the presenters for their presentation. Now, we are late, but let's take 2 minutes only to listen to the guests. How did they find the sessions? Can we start with Jim?
Very entertaining and good education value.
Thank you, Jim, for your time. I know it's different place from the word, but thank you for attending, and it's an honor for us. And now, Pragya, how did you find our meeting?
Yeah, I'm on one group where I find this link, and I'm really enjoying this session. Thank you for this.
Thank you very much.
Idea.
Yes, and we will add you to the group, to the friends group for CAT, so you can find just put your WhatsApp number, so we can send you a WhatsApp whenever we are having our meeting.
Yeah, sure.
Subhadra,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome, dear. Subhadra, how did you find our meeting?
Thank you, everyone. I totally enjoyed Ola's presentation. I loved the way she has shown her body language and her expressions to give that particular education module. Goal setting, something to always learn and set our goals and dream all the time. Thank you very much, everybody.
You're welcome. Felix, one
Oh,
last word for you, and then we will let's take a group photo after you will speak, and then we will sign up. How did you find it?
I feel very happy to be here is because it's informative content sharing and we learn body language, your goal setting, how important to us. So at least I have paid attention to listen to you, although my time is late, but I feel, okay, I learned a lot. I love it. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much. And by that, we are sorry we're late 10 minutes, but in the education session, sometimes it will be delayed. Let's have a group photo by all of you opening your cameras, and then we can, yes, all of you, 1, 2. Super, thank you very much. And now I call the meeting to adjourn. Have a great night. And see you in another session. Bye.
Good night, everybody. Jim, thank you once again for joining us from Australia.
Bye.
Felix, thank you very much for joining us from Malaysia. Pragya, Subhadra.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you
Bye,
so
bye,
much.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Felix was like going to sleep and going to die, and like he's like in another world sometimes, and then he